Earlier this year, Joinville-Pomer, a French Polynesian, announced that he was going to crown himself Pomer 11 September 9. His opponents, however, established makeshift roadblocks to restrict his access to a sacred site where he was going to hold the ceremony. His opponents vowed to stay there as long as it takes.
According to the treaty that my ancestors have signed with the French state, monarchy has never been abolished in our territories. Whatever the experts, scholars, or even the French state say, monarchy has never been abolished and therefore still exists in Tahiti and the islands of French Polynesia.
France declared Tahiti a protectorate in 1842 and then annexed the archipelago in 1880 when French governors signed treaties with Pomer I. He was given rank and goods in return. Pomer said his fight was for the rights of his people rather than for himself.
This is not a fight for Pomer the 11th rights. It is not about my rights, but the rights of my people. This is what I am asking for. When you realize that, since 1946, this is 63 years today. If you sit back and look at the outcome of 63 years of democracy in Tahiti, this is what you see. The more our people vote, the poorer they get. The more they vote, the more of their land is stolen. The more they vote, the more they get put in the government housing. It is time to call our people to rediscover who they really are.
Et d'appeler notre peuple de réintégrer ce qu'il est vraiment.
1946, French Polynesia became a French overseas territory, and Polynesians were granted French citizenship. Academics on the island say returning to a monarchy will be a step backward, and that this is not where the rest of the Pacific island nations are heading. It will not solve problems in the archipelago.
I have great respect for Pomer, his knowledge of the treaties and his denunciations of France for not respecting the treaties of 1942 and 1880. He is entirely right on these points. Does, however, Tahiti really need a king? Is monarchy the right answer to the problems that French Polynesia is facing today? I am not sure. Also, this would be a sort of self-election. He himself has decided to become king. It is a bit of a bluff, if however the people follow him. If they give him reverence and majesty and money to organize the event, he will get this kind of power. In a way, it is important, but it is too late.
I'm not interested at all. It is useless. We have been living without him until now. I cannot see why we should head backward. Tahiti is the most famous of Polynesian islands that from French Polynesia. Other members of the Pomer family opposed Joinville-Pomer's claim to the throne, saying he faked documents during political unrest in 2004. Pomer is seeking the support of tribal chiefs on the island. The French administration has not made any statements regarding the issue. TITV Weekly.